So most of you sit for the IELTS exam and are confused about what did I do wrong and why did I score so low. So that's why we have made this video, so that the doubts that we have, the mistakes that we make during IELTS speaking exam can be clarified. So this is what we are going to talk about today. 10 key IELTS speaking mistakes that we make. Let's start with number 1. Adopting a different accent. Some of you think that if you adopt a different accent, maybe British or Australian, you will sound like a native speaker. It's absolutely not important. You can use your own accent. The only thing you have to take care of is just speak clearly, pronounce the words clearly. Accent won't matter after that. Number 2, speaking really quickly to be fluent. So if you want to speak quickly, you might sound very unclear. It's not the case that you have to be really quick in speaking to sound fluent. So make sure when you're speaking, you have the appropriate rate of speech. Let's move to point number 3, using complex vocabulary. So yes, it sounds cool, but do you know how to use that word? You have to be sure the words that you're using, you know the meaning of them clearly. So it's not necessary that to score high, you have to use complex vocabulary. Even with very simple vocabulary, you can score much higher rather than just making mistakes using complex vocabulary. Moving to point number 4, speaking like a robot. So when you speak naturally, you do not sound like a robot. You memorize things and you sit in front of the examiner, you will sound like a robot. So whenever you speak, you have to make sure that you have the right intonation, the right rise and fall in your voice. So that's why speaking like a robot won't help you at all. So please do not memorize your answers. Let's move to point number 5. Sticking to bullet points only. Yes, you're given a cue card and there are bullet points given, but it's absolutely not necessary that you have to stick to them. You can add your own opinion, which can be of past, which can be of present, which can be of future, and what you personally think about it. So it's alright if you have been given bullet points, you can use them, they are the hints, but it's not necessary that you have to stick to them. Moving on to number 6, thinking you have to give absolutely correct answer. No, you are not a PhD scholar of the topic that you have been given. So that's why please make sure in your head you're clear that you don't have to give absolutely correct answer to the question. You just have to share your opinion about it. So it's absolutely alright, you can be right, you can be wrong, that doesn't matter. But how much can you express yourself regarding the same topic, that would matter. Point number 7, stopping before the examiner asks you to. Please do not stop before the examiner asks you to. Continue the speaking part because the examiner is trying to understand how you speak, what is your communication level, and if you speak only for 30 seconds or 1 minute, the examiner will have difficulty to identify it. So that's why keep talking, and even if the examiner interrupts you, that's all right. You don't lose your score because of that. Moving on to point number 8, looking for common topics during practice. No, there are no such common topics, so stop looking for them. Instead, practice looking at the topics and thinking about them. What is your opinion about it? What is that you think about it? Everything. But just stop looking for common topics. They don't help. It has been researched that there is no common topic criteria that IELTS follow. So please don't do that. Point number 9, not to pause during the test. We think that it's absolutely wrong to pause during the test. That's not the case. So if you have been given a question and you take a pause just to think about the question, you can take a pause for like 5-6 seconds and think what the question is and then respond. It's absolutely alright. Your points are not deducted for the same. So please don't think that if you pause even a little bit, you will lose your point. But if you add fillers like and then of course you would lose that. Point number 10, reading the notes and speaking. So when you write your bullet points, please notice that when you read the notes and speak, you don't sound like a natural speaker. So please make sure that you just have a look at them and then think about it and talk about it. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Please keep coming back to Super 10 IELTS so that we can give you more points to think about. Thank you.